it looks like Beyoncé is in the spotlight again. This time, for allegedly ruining yet another career. The latest name being brought up? Keyshia Cole. The controversy dates back to when Beyoncé released Bow Down, a track that many interpreted as a message to other female artists, urging them to acknowledge her dominance, with lyrics like, "I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in my world. Don't forget, respect that. Bow down." Some felt that this was a contradiction to Beyoncé's earlier messages of female empowerment. Keyshia Cole, in particular, was vocal about her disapproval, calling out the song's tone. She later faced industry backlash, with many believing she was blacklisted by figures like The Dream and others for daring to criticize Beyoncé. Allegedly, this had a major impact on her career. A resurfaced interview even touched on the tension, with someone asking, "Keyshia Cole complained that you weren't giving her any songs because of your relationship with Beyoncé. Any truth to that?" The response? Of course not. It wasn't anything personal against Keyshia. She knows that. And anyone with common sense knows that's not how I operate. I don't do things like that. It is what it is. But did Beyoncé truly play a role in Keyshia's career stalling? Or is this just a way for Keyshia to stay in the headlines as her personal life makes waves? Beyoncé, for her part, once explained the inspiration behind Bow Down, telling iTunes Radio, "The reason I put out Bow Down is I woke up. I went to the studio. I had a chant in my head. It was aggressive. It was angry. It wasn't the Beyoncé that wakes up every morning. It was the Beyoncé that felt the need to defend herself. I finished it and thought, this is hot. I'm going to put it out. If people like it, great. If they don't, they don't." The reaction from the industry was mixed. Rihanna, for example, seemingly clapped back with a pointed message. "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How'd that feel down there on your knees, huh?" So, was Bow Down just an artistic expression of frustration, or did it have real consequences for artists like Keyshia Cole? The debate continues. At the time, Rihanna reposted an article calling her the Queen of Pop and captioned it, "It's only March, people. 2013 is already owned. Diaper Gores, stay tuned." For those who remember, the Bayhive took this as a dig at Beyoncé and quickly descended on Rihanna. What followed was another chapter in the ongoing tension between Ree and Bey, though that's a whole separate drama. But Rihanna wasn't the only one making waves. Keyshia Cole also chimed in, tweeting, "Can't stand when people act all self-righteous when it's convenient. It makes them look good, but they still talk shitty when it suits them. Feck that." She followed up with another tweet. "First, women need to stick together. Now, betches better bow. SMH. But it's all G-chicks stay shooting the shitty." Unsurprisingly, Beyoncé's fans came for Keyshia, flooding her mentions with harsh responses. And, true to form, Keyshia fired back. The whole situation turned into a messy back and forth that lasted for days. And if that wasn't enough, Keyshia also threw shade at Michelle Williams after Destiny's Child reunited for Beyoncé's Super Bowl halftime performance that year. Shortly after the show, she tweeted, "Faking the stage up, then Beyoncé, bad bitch central. I think I was scared to blink for a second. Then Michelle sang and woke my ass up from my days. She always messing the groove up." The shade was undeniable. While Keyshia's criticism seemed out of nowhere, Michelle Williams didn't let it faze her. She tweeted, "Had a great time with my sisters tonight. Tried to keep it a surprise. Love you all. God bless." Later, in an interview with Billboard, Michelle reflected on the performance. "We were all smiling. I was laughing with my girls. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't let it get me down. It was a beautiful thing." Kelly Rowland also weighed in on Keyshia's comments in an interview with The Breakfast Club. "Why even respond? Silence is the best power. You don't have to say anything. They do all the talking. Just talk. Keep talking. But firing back? That just fuels the fire. We're too grown for that." She also defended Beyoncé's Bow Down, saying, "I like the Bow Down record. When you know who you are as a woman, you can accept the song for what it is. People will always talk. Who cares? You're an artist. You should be able to experiment." However, going after Beyoncé reportedly cost Keyshia Cole dearly. Many believe she was blacklisted, with industry figures distancing themselves. The Dream, for example, openly stated he wouldn't work with her after she criticized Beyoncé. He explained, "I think she said exactly what she wanted to say, and she got something off her chest. But at the end of the day, it's still family. What do you want me to do?" Keyshia responded on Twitter, "The Dream not. Wanting any songs from me is fine. I'm on my 6th album. He's only written one song for me, which I loved. God bless. Still, reports claim Keyshia's career took a hit, just like others who crossed Beyoncé. Take Carrie Hilson, for example. She was one of the top artists of the 2000s, delivering hit after hit. But after a leaked remix of Turning Me On surfaced, where she appeared to throw shade at Beyoncé, everything changed. Carrie sang, "Your vision's cloudy if you think you're the best. She can dance, she can sing, but she needs to move it to the left. She needs to go have some babies. She needs to sit down. She's fake. Them other chicks ain't even worth talking about." She never mentioned Beyoncé by name, but the message seemed clear. And the backlash was swift. For years, Carrie endured constant online attacks. By 2013, she had enough and tweeted, "You have no idea what hateful words can do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal insults from strangers all day long. Enough is enough." She later added, "I'm here for my fans. I'm stronger than you imagine. But waking up and going to bed to your ugliness is just too much. Kids, I get it. Okay? You can stop now? As for my mistakes, God has dealt with me." Essentially, Carrie Hilson's career went silent for nearly a decade, all because of one song. She even fought back tears during an interview on The Steve Harvey Show, admitting that the fallout had been incredibly difficult for her. A comeback story. It's kind of a comeback. Yeah, it is. I hit rock bottom a few times. You had to. Yeah, I had to. And that's the thing. I'm crawling back, finding my purpose again. Exactly. Walking in your power. My power, yeah? Instead of giving it away? And I didn't have a system to balance everything. Yeah, that's true. You needed that balance. I had to step away from music for a while. I thought it would be a year. It's been 6, maybe more. The Blue Cantrell and Beyoncé rumors. Blue Cantrell's disappearance from the music scene has been linked to rumors involving Beyoncé. Allegedly, she had issues with Beyoncé because of Jay-Z, as there were whispers that Jay and Blue had a romantic connection. When asked about it, Blue always denied the rumors, though she did admit to having a crush on him. Did she really have him locked down? I think so. I think they're in love. Politically speaking? No, I genuinely think they're in love. But I had a big crush on him. I won't lie. Do you still? No? Well, maybe. Be honest. I mean, I really liked him, and I didn't care who he was dating. If he walked in right now and we weren't here, I'm just saying, if you ran into him in New York and everything was perfect, would you go for it? Let's just say I wouldn't turn it down, but you can't just go around sleeping with guys like that. Beyoncé and the alleged blackballing Beyoncé has long faced accusations of blackballing other artists, Emery being a prime example. Some even claim she stole Emery's entire sound. Allegedly, this kind of industry control extends to Carrie Hilson as well. Many believe Beyoncé made sure Carrie was blacklisted for shading her. Carrie addressed the situation several times, including during her interview on The Breakfast Club, where she insisted she wasn't throwing hate, but was just surprised by the tone of Beyoncé's Bow Down track. When she was hating on Queen Bey, I was not hating on Beyoncé. It kind of was hate. No, it wasn't meant like that. When Bow Down dropped? Yeah. And you were like, look, I've met Beyoncé. She's always been sweet to me. That song just didn't seem like her, you know? She also explained why she had issues with Michelle Williams, claiming Michelle started it by shading her Soul Train Awards performance. She started it, and it really hurt my feelings, because she's supposed to be a Christian, a church girl, and all that. But we talked on the phone, and she apologized for the tweet. I felt like everyone ganged up on me just because I'm from Oakland, like I'm the ghetto chick who always starts drama. But really, I was just responding to what she said. Later, in an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, Carrie insisted she never meant to start beef with Beyoncé. I really came up looking at Beyoncé as an inspiration. That song, Bow Down, and what I said, it all got blown out of proportion. I love her, and I get chills watching her perform. She's a major inspiration to all artists. I just feel like, damn, I missed out on the fussing party. So what do you think? Was Carrie trying to make peace to get back in Beyoncé's good graces? Or did she really get blacklisted over one comment? Would her career have been bigger if she had never taken that shot at Beyoncé?